Coming up on Sports Extra, are the New York Mets still in their grimmest era? But what has really contributed to their turnaround between the lines and on the diamond? One of the biggest and most vocal Mets fans joins me in studio tonight to discuss. Evan Roberts of WFAN's Midday Show. Evan and Tiki, he is here. We'll also talk about his book with a title that says it all, My Mets Bible. As for the Yankees, they have turned in the opposite direction over this weekend, from losing Giancarlo Stanton for the next 4 weeks to some shaky pitching. Our Jennifer Williams checks in from Yankee Stadium to see how this impacts the Yankees as we near the midway point of the season. But when you take this entire week of Yankees baseball and combine it with their annual Hope Week, well, it was a grand slam. We take you through each day of Hope Week honorees and how the most storied franchise in sports recognizes the good in our community while also making some dreams come true. And today kicked off the U.S. men's national soccer team's quest to win the Copa America title. USA opened group play against Bolivia in Dallas, Texas, and one of their most important tournaments in history because this is setting the stage for next year's World Cup here in the U.S. Sit back, try to stay cool, grab some hydration, and we give you permission to take it easy for the next 30 minutes. Why? Because it's summer, and this week's edition of Sports Extra starts right now.
Welcome to Sports Extra, presented by Toyota.
Good evening. Thank you for staying up late to watch us. I hope you're having a great weekend and are staying cool. And we are really glad you are spending your last few minutes of your Sunday night here with us. This is Sports Extra, presented by Toyota. I'm Tina Cervasio. Well, this has been an interesting weekend for the New York Yankees. And really, if you think about it, the last couple of weeks, yes, the Yanks still have a lead in the division, but it is tight. And they still have one of the top records in the league, just percentage points separating the Yankees and the Phillies and the Guardians. But with injuries starting to pile up, what could happen next, especially with the Subway Series later this week in Queens? Our Jennifer Williams was at the rubber game today between the Yankees and Atlanta Braves at the stadium and explains more.
Prior to Sunday's action, Giancarlo Stanton was placed on the 10-day injured list. Aaron Boone said post-game the Yankee slugger had a mild left hamstring strain. Stanton said he suffered the injury on the scoring play Saturday night, running from second to home, and provided a timeline for a potential return.
To be four-week range, so just as soon as possible, close to that.
The club is now dealing with a pair of injuries to their starting lineup after it was announced this week Anthony Rizzo would miss at least 8 weeks with a fractured right forearm.
That's the Major League season. Like, that's, it's coming for you. Like, different things, it comes in different ways. We've had a pretty strong bill of health, the first couple months of the season. And, you're going to get nicked up along the way.
Boone added the club would have turned to top prospect Jason Dominguez if he wasn't out for at least 2 months with an oblique sprain. The club instead announcing it had acquired former Met J.D. Davis from the A's.
You got to find a way in and around that. Other guys need to play a role. You don't have to go be Giancarlo, obviously, but, bringing in certain guys, hopefully they're a piece to some winning situations.
As for the action, it was a hot one as the Yankees looked to take the rubber game of their series against the Braves in the Bronx, but with only 2 base runners through 6, Max Fried kept the Bronx Bombers at bay.
I thought he threw the ball well. We obviously pressured him with some good at-bats there in the 6th, was it? Yeah. Had a chance to really break through, just couldn't quite do it today.
Fried gave up 3 hits in the 6th that included Anthony Volpe's RBI double, while Nestor Cortez gave up 3 runs and 5 hits in 7 innings of work, with 7 strikeouts and no walks in a 3-1 loss to Atlanta.
Nobody's hanging their heads. Nobody's panicking in here. Just a rough patch that 162 games you're going to go through. Just got to figure a way to get out of it.
And the Yankees will have to do it against their crosstown rival.
Looking back to last year was one of the most fun series of the year, I think, probably especially when we went over there. So I was simply ready. And we're ready, we're excited, and we'll see.
With the loss, the Yankees have dropped 3 straight series. They have a day off before heading to Citi Field for Game 1 of the Subway Series. In the Bronx, for Sports Extra, I'm Jennifer Williams.